internet marketing and everything related to customer behavior is just, it's weird that way. Like, I mean, I was working with a startup once, and they were charging, I can't remember what they were charging, X dollars per person per month to use their product, some kind of commercial product. And I was like, how much experimentation have you done with that price point? And they were like, none, we just know it's the right price point. It's just that, I was like, just, will you humor me and do an experiment? Absolutely not, we know it's the right price point. I was like, our customers are always complaining about how expensive it is. There's no way, so it's like, okay, let's translate your feeling about this into a hypothesis. Your hypothesis is, if I drew a curve of conversion rate against price point, then it's a beautiful upside down U shape. You have the optimal pie, and if you change the price at all, the conversion rate will go down. They're like, exactly. I was like, so if we humor me because you're paying me a lot of money to be your consultant and do this thing with you, let's do some experiments at different price points. And they were like, okay, how about we like make it $26 instead of $25? And I was like, no, I want it to be $150 instead of $25, just for kicks. I think I said 10x. I think I said 250, and then we negotiated down to 150. So my open bid was nice and high, like you did with Microsoft. That was good. So, and anyway, we negotiated, whatever we negotiated down to, it was very different than the original price point, and they did the experiment, and conversion rates were unchanged. And they were like, that can't be right. It doesn't make sense. I thought it was so, people complain about how expensive it is, and like they're still complaining. You get the same rate of complaints. Like user behavior was totally identical at the two price points. And then I was like, we got to go up 10x again, right? And I couldn't get them to even run the experiment. They didn't even want to know how valuable their product actually was to their customers. So this is like goes to the humility point. You just don't know what customers are going to do, and it's not always logical because we have this like very specific mental model of what's going on that's just often wrong.
Can you imagine if I told people in 1980 that coffee would be $4.50 or $6?
Yeah, of course not.
It would just blow people's mind. They're like, you mean like hot water through the grinds is $6? Is it in a magic cup, or is it like, do you put gold leaf on top of it? But people go and pay for milk, sugar, and coffee $4, $5, $6, $7 in this town.
And feel like it's worth it. Because I think you got, like, this is, pricing 101, but I think a lot of us lose sight of this. It's like the cost of a product to a customer should be proportional not to what it costs you to produce, not to how you feel about producing it, not to what you feel comfortable saying with a straight. It should be proportional to the marginal value you deliver to the customer. And value is defined in emotional terms, in the terms that people actually care about. And sometimes the perceived value to the customer is way higher than what it costs you to make. That's why soda and coffee and these are good product, like good businesses. And that's why, like, fundamentally, almost all software has no marginal cost, and yet we feel comfortable charging people money for it because you should charge people what it's worth. And it goes back to this conversation we started with, like the community development and the feeling of your customers as your partners. If you really take that seriously, then you'd say, if I charge you less than what the product is worth to you, then I have to underinvest in making the product bigger and growing our community. Is that really what you want? Yeah. And I think most customers, if they were, obviously they feel the need to negotiate with you. So like, no, I want to pay the minimum possible. But like, I think if you really think about the products that you really love, the artists that you really admire, the authors you want to support, you feel good about paying money to support them because you know that ultimately furthers the thing itself happening.
Hey, everybody, let me tell you about one of my favorite services in the world. It's called Audible.com, and you know it. It is awesome because I like to get smart. If you find somebody who is smart in the world and successful, and you ask them, what books have you read recently? They're going to tell you. And I can tell you 100% of the time that I've met smart people in my life, successful people, they read books. Why? Because books are just this great repository of knowledge. And, there's so many books published right now. But I have little secrets to find the best books. And one of them is Audible, because the reviews on Audible, I have to tell you, I go to the Audible website, I look at the reviews, I look at the number of stars. It is scary how accurate it is. I told you about some of the other books I'm listening to, like Building Great Sentences, The Hobbit, and The Man Who Knew Infinity. Really great books. But today I want to tell you about Smarter, Faster, and Better, which is by Charles Duhigg. You may remember him because he did that book, The Power of Habit. He built off that success, and now he's doing a book called Smarter, Faster, Better, which I'm halfway through, and it is amazing. It is really about being productive. And he talks to CEOs and generals and FBI agents and pilots and Broadway songwriters. He really just gets into detail about how to be productive in your life. The book, so far, I'm halfway through it, so I'm not going to give any spoilers. It is just fantastic, and I'm like, literally have a great feature inside of Audible, which is you can do a bookmark. You can literally say, I want to bookmark this place. And then what I do is when I get back to my desk, I take out my phone and I look at my bookmarks and I think about it. And sometimes I write blog posts based on that. Sometimes I talk to my team. Sometimes I'll talk to a startup about it. I just find all this great stuff. The other thing I've been listening to is Neil Postman's Amusing Ourselves to Death, which is absolutely fantastic. That's another great read. And it's a quick one too. I have the platinum account on Audible, but you can go to audible.com/twist, audible.com/twist and get a 30-day trial membership. And you will get my book of the week for free, which is, of course, Smarter, Faster, and Better: The Secrets of Being Productive in Life and Business. And we all want to be more productive. And I tell you what, I'm always going on my hikes now. You see me on my Instagram, my Facebook. I'm going out hiking. I go out hiking with my daughter. And I just go for a nice long hike, do it for about 2 hours. I listen to 2 hours of an audiobook. I'm driving back and forth in the valley. Instead of wasting that time listening to music, I am digging down and doubling down on audiobooks. I just love Audible. And they've been a great partner of ours. So audible.com/twist, audible.com/twist. Get your 30-day free trial membership and do what I do, which is go to the top of the rankings, look at all the nonfiction books, look at the fiction books, and just don't even think about it. Just order 10 books at a time. That's what I do. I literally will just pick 3, 4, 5, 10 books, fill up my library, and then it's synced on my iPad, synced on my phone. I just love it. Audible is everywhere. You can listen to it in the car, on your phone, iPad, etc. You know the deal. And go ahead and check out my pick of the week, The Power of Habit. Yes, from the author of Power of Habit, Smarter, Faster, Better, Charles Duhigg. And The Power of Habit is also very good too. But I think Charles Duhigg is getting better. And Emmy Award-winning producer Jackie, let's get Charles Duhigg on the program. Okay, let's get back to this amazing episode.